The best benefit of investing in property is being able to leverage it later on. In this video, I'm going to show you how I am going to upgrade or upsize my first home, which I bought in 2021. Now, this video is general information only and not financial advice. No deposit should be placed on the property given the information provided in this video. All right, let's get into it. Back in July 2021, I purchased my first home out in Western Sydney. It was a 2-bedroom townhouse, 1 bath, 1 car garage. I bought it for $420,000. I utilized the first home guarantee scheme with a 5% deposit, no lender's mortgage insurance. So my loan amount was $399,000. That was a 95% LVR or loan to value ratio, which is the loan amount divided by the property value. Now, I contributed only $21,000 to the purchase, but plus legal costs and mortgage registration costs, the total cost I contributed to the property was only $25,000. Now we're going to see how the property stacks up 4 years later as we're shooting this video in June 2025. Now we can run valuations via our lenders. That's the benefit we have as mortgage brokers. But on realestate.com, we've done a real estimate valuation, which is returned at $591,000. So we're going to use this figure for our example. Now there are 2 ways we can leverage this property. The first is using the equity from our own home to use to cover the deposit and stamp duty of our next purchase. Now, I have a detailed video on this on my YouTube channel and I'll link it in the description below. But the second way to leverage this property is that I want to upgrade my current home to a 3-bedroom house or 3-bedroom townhouse or unit. So how do we go about doing that and what do the numbers look like? Now, let's say the sale price is $591,000. According to AI, ChatGPT, agent commissions can vary and we've put down the average of 2.1%. Now, this will vary between agents across Sydney or depending on the property that you have. But for this case, the agent commission will be $12,411. Now, marketing, styling, and moving costs are separate. And again, I've just estimated this at $12,589. And that gets us a total agent, marketing, and moving cost fee of $25,000, just rounding up an estimate as a worst case scenario. Now, legal mortgage registration fees. So these are the solicitors helping us with the contract of sale and discharging the mortgage as well, which we currently have. And our current loan balance is $370. The legal fees are $5,000, which I forgot to mention before. Now, the total fees, which is the subtotal plus the legal fees plus the loan balance, will amount to $400,000. To work out the net proceeds of sale or the profit from the sale of this property, we go A1, which is the sale price, minus B1, which is the total fees. That's $591,000 minus $400,000. Which gets us $191,000 in net proceeds of sale. So how do we use this towards the next purchase? So if I wanted to buy a $750,000 property in Sydney and I wanted to avoid lender's mortgage insurance, this is how the numbers would look. Now, LMI is when you have less than a 20% deposit, the lenders will charge this to the loan amount. Now, for this example, we want to avoid LMI altogether, but again, there's nothing wrong with paying for LMI for your first property. I've put this in a detailed video in my YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description below. And on top, if you're a first home buyer, you can get this LMI waived. Again, another video on my YouTube channel. I'll put it in the description below. Now, for the example, our loan amount will be $600,000, which gives us an LVR of 80%. Our deposit will be $150,000. Our stamp duty in New South Wales will be $28,279. Our legal fees, mortgage registration fees, and a buffer amount of $5,000. Again, these are just estimates. Our total cost to complete the purchase will be $183,279. We've used $191,000 from the net proceeds of sale from our previous property to now put into this property, and we'll be left with a surplus of $7,721 in our hand after settlement. So as you can see, in the matter of 4 years, we've been able to upsize our current 2-bedroom home into a 3-bedroom home purely by just paying down the loan and letting it appreciate. This is one of the reasons why investing in property is so beneficial, is that you're able to leverage it later on. We've been able to generate up to $191,000 of profit in a matter of 4 years, which is almost $50,000 per year. So again, we're able to buy our first home with as little as a 5% deposit, and we've been able to walk away with $191,000 if we sold at that price today, and we could upsize our property to a 3-bedroom. If you need any help on upsizing your first home or looking to purchase your first home, we're your finance teammate for first home buyers. Feel free to click our game plan call link below, schedule in the time with us, and we'll be able to help you on that journey.